are looking at a unit on time. So this is still chapter 1. Okay, this is still essentially chapter 1. Okay, so hello and welcome back. We are looking at time, right? So this is still chapter 1. Okay, so hello and welcome back. We are looking at time. And so we're going to look at specific conversions about time. There's a few things we need to remember when working from the prescribed textbook, which is Platinum Mathematical Literacy for grade 12. Okay, firstly, you cannot spend more than 2 to 3 days on this unit because it's primarily revision. Okay, you can spend less time on it provided you work through all the examples as well as all 3 exercises. The relevant exercises for this chapter or for this unit is exercise number 3, exercise number 4, and exercise number 5. Right, so all of that is going to be relevant. Okay. Right, so important things to memorize, and I'm going to go through them here very quickly. When we talk about 60 seconds, and maybe you should write this down if you're not 100% familiar with it, that's equal to 1 minute. Okay, if we talk about 60 minutes, of course you know that that is 1 hour. So I'm writing so that you can write in order to engrave a neural pattern. 24 hours you should be familiar with is exactly 1 day. Okay. 7 days, you know, is equal to 1 week. Okay. And then of course, okay, 60 seconds is 1 minute, 60 minutes is 1 hour, 24 hours is 1 day, 7 days is 1 week. Let's continue with a few more. 365 days is equal to 1 year. Okay, when we talk about 366 days, we are talking about 1 leap year. Okay, and as you know, the leap years are all these years that are essentially divisible by 4. I think we'll be very pleased to know that I've got many new colors here. Okay, let's talk about 1 leap year. This would be years that are divisible by 4. So if I talk about 2008, the next one's going to be 2012, the next one's 2014, then 2016, then 2020, and then so on. These are all our leap years, right? Okay, 1 decade. Let's find blue. Let's see if we have a blue pen there. 1 decade is equal to 10 years. Okay, and then of course 1 century is equal to 100 years. Okay, so there we go. That's a basic overview of the general conversions. Okay, then when we talk about months, okay, months of the year, we know that there are certain months that have 30 days, and there are certain months that have 31 days. So I'm going to say there are months with 30 days, and then there are, of course, months with 31 days. Okay, so I only really know the 30-day one, and so I'm going to list them over here. Those with 30 days are essentially April, June, September, and November. Okay, those 4 months, April, June, September, November, they have 30 days, right? The remaining months, excluding February, have 31 days. Okay? Now, February is a really special month, and you should know that February always has 28 days, except during leap years, where it has 29 days. Always 28 days, right? Except in leap years. Okay, so there we look at the months, and let's just go at a quick recap. For this chapter, you need to be looking at exercise number 3, 4, and 5. You need to keep the following in mind. 60 seconds is 1 minute, 60 minutes is 1 hour, 24 hours is 1 day, 7 days is 1 week, 365 days is 1 year, 366 days is 1 leap year, and these leap years are those years that are whether 2008, 12, 14, 16, 20, 20. These are all years that are the counting year itself is divisible by 4. Okay? 1 decade is 10 years, 1 century is 100 years. Okay. And then we're going to be looking at specific examples of how you can count.